They are around.
All
right.
Yeah.
So we'll get you taken care of. We'll find a place for you.
Oh, that's not, that's a project.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just like being. I just had the.
Let's, I
I
know,
remember those days. I love
we may start right. Yes.
That's what I.
Get it? I don't think it's actually mosquito. Sometimes they have to see more than once, because sometimes they have, yes, correct. Loaders.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
These rice. Thanks, Bill.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Breidenauer,
Here.
Osborne,
Here.
Latari,
Here.
Jones,
Here.
Euler.
Here.
Okay.
Motion to approve regular city council meeting minutes dated May 26, 2026.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Breidenauer,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Latari,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Euler.
Yes.
Thank you.
Adoption of agenda.
I so move to approve as presented.
Breidenauer,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Latari,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Euler.
Yes. We have two proclamations tonight. I will- Juneteenth Day of Observance, 2026 proclamation. Whereas in June 19th, 1865, almost 90 years after the country was first founded, and more than 2 years after President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, enslaved Americans in Galveston, Texas, finally received word from Union soldiers they were free from bondage. And whereas as first-time citizens, Black Americans came to commemorate Juneteenth with celebrations of new lives and traditions across the country, known by many names as Jubilee Day, Freedom Day, and Liberation Day. And whereas since 2003, Juneteenth has been recognized by law in Missouri as Emancipation Day and dedicated by statute and inscribed that Americans devote some part of the day to remember the proclamation began to full realization for all people in the United States of the self-evident truth that all people are created equal. And whereas in 2021, President Biden declared June 19th as the Juneteenth Day of observance across the nation to acknowledge and celebrate the end of the Civil War and the emancipation of Black Americans. And whereas citizens of Warrensburg are urged to recommit with purpose and resolve to the work of equity, equality, and justice for all. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Bruce D. Euler, Mayor, along with the City Council of the City of Warrensburg, Missouri, do hereby proclaim June 19th, 2026 to be the Juneteenth Day of observance and witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and seal this 8th day of June, 2026. LGBTQIA+ Pride Month, June 2026 proclamation. Whereas our nation was founded on the principle of equal rights for all people, but the fulfillment of this promise has been long in coming for many Americans. And whereas lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual, plus citizens in our communities face discrimination simply for being who they are and for whom they love. Whereas while society at large is slowly recognizing new definitions of sexuality and gender, we must also acknowledge that the need for education and awareness remains vital to end discrimination and prejudice. And whereas the city of Warrensburg is strengthened by and thrives upon the rich diversity of its residents, all of whom contribute to the vibrant character of our city. Throughout our Warrensburg Diversity and Inclusion Commission, we strive to embrace diversity and foster inclusion for all citizens. And whereas the city of Warrensburg recognizes the importance and contributions of the members of the LGBTQIA+ community and encourages everyone to engage in dialogue to strengthen alliances, build acceptance, and advance equal rights for all. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Bruce T. Euler, Mayor, along with the City Council of the City of Warrensburg, Missouri, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2026 as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month. In witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and seal this 8th day of June 2026.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Item 6.1, a resolution reauthorizing funding to complete a minor remodel of the sleeping quarters at Fire Station 1, presented by Fire Chief Ken Jennings.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This resolution addresses a long-needed modification of the sleeping quarters at the Fire Station 1. The bunk room has long been an open bunk room concept. In 2008, when City Hall was remodeled and Station 1 was remodeled, the bunk room remained open as a more of a multi-purpose room. So the beds fold up in the wall. The space could be used as a training room or anything like that. So still a good idea, but doesn't quite meet the needs of our arrangements today. So following significant cost savings in 2024 from training, funding was encumbered into the FY25 fiscal year, and just changes occurring and the volume of projects at the time. That project was not completed in 25, and then missed getting it over into the 26 budget. So the resolution tonight is just reauthorizing funding that was originally planned to complete that project. The initial estimates when we started this were around $28,000. After getting up-to-date estimates on the project, came in at $22,000. $88.63 would be the max that we spend. In lieu of doing a budget amendment, knowing about this earlier in the fiscal year, we kind of had some money identified in the capital projects fund. We've experienced some cost savings on other projects this year that will allow us to move forward without having to do a budget adjustment to achieve. So that resolution tonight's just reauthorizing that for your consideration. Options, pass it, or we can defer to a future fiscal year.
Any questions for Chief on this?
It's going to be kind of like how Station 2 is set up in the end.
Very similar. They won't be full walls, so to avoid having to completely redesign the sprinkler system and things like that, it'll be partial walls, about a 1.5 to 2 foot clearance from the ceiling, but still offer some privacy, separation, sound barrier, things of that like. But yeah, they'll be individual sleeping quarters.
Good deal.
With a door,
They'll have a curtain, a
curtain.
hospital curtain.
Yeah, I think it's excellent.
Motion to approve resolution.
Thank you.
Friedenauer,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Latari,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are moving right along here.
Yes. We may set a record tonight.
Don't jinx it.
Don't.
I had my ears crossed.
Look at all the people wanting to, there's nobody, appearances to the council not listed on the agenda. There are none tonight. Miscellaneous matters from the mayor and or city council. City staff updates. City manager.
Well, I don't want to jinx it either. So on very frequently I get asked, how is it that some agendas are so full and some are so light? And it really just kind of ebbs and flows. Yeah, I'm not going to blame it on community development, but applications for planning certainly can have a timeline that goes with it that kind of forces them on the agenda, things like that. So this just happens to be an agenda that's light. The only things I have for you, just a few dates. Thursday and Friday this week is newly elected official training with MML. So Councilmember Ridenhour, Councilwoman Latari, and myself will be going to Columbia for that. I should note, it's called newly elected official training, but it's also part of the certification process for council members. So it counts towards that training for existing council members. As we noted, Juneteenth is an observed holiday, Friday of next week on the 19th. We have the budget retreat scheduled for Thursday, July 9th and Tuesday, July 14th. And then personally, I plan to take off Friday, June 26th and head back to Iowa to continue to work on my stepmom's estate. So a little bit of traveling in there, but other than that, things are flowing right along.
Thank you. Administrative Services Department, Jessica. City Clerk,
No report this evening. Thank you.
Community Development,
Just a written report if you have questions.
questions?
No.
We just went down a tiny little bit on our diversion rate, looks like, but
You did have a big one for trash though.
yeah. Are they-
Fire Department,
Sorry,
Oh.
sorry, very fast
Oh.
question. Is Constable or Green for Life, are they doing any, or would they typically at this point start doing more kind of recycling education? After people have the system under their belt and know about that there is recycling? Is there any education to try to increase the recycling rate? As part of what Constable and GFL do. It's not really part of their, yeah. Okay.
We took a dip in April, but we're back up in May. Right here.
It'd just be great to get it, even higher. So that we can put off another landfill, whoever it comes, as long as possible. Thank you.
any other questions? Community Development? Fire Department,
Nothing additional.
Parks Department,
I got something. Director Deal's out of town till a week from Tuesday, so he just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So for the, Saturday was the first time we got the water park running at 100% up. The kiddie pool had a bunch of issues. It wouldn't hold prime during startup. We repaired a broken pump component, including a broken impeller that was attached to the motor. After pressure testing and camera inspections, we found a cracked underground return line, which was repaired. And then we also had a failed underground quarter turn valve that was restricting water flow. So after we got all those things repaired, Friday afternoon, we were able to get filtration running through the kiddie pool. And then after we got the chemicals to the required standard, we were able to open up Saturday. So, and then yesterday we closed early because the weather. So it's one thing goes wrong, the battling weather or something. So we just need some nice 95-degree days to get everyone out there and enjoying the water park. So
looks like you're getting it.
yeah. So if anybody has any questions, if not, I just wanted to keep you guys up to date because I know we've been battling out for 2 weeks. So it's nice to have every feature open now. So
Yeah. I just had a question, and I know this is new to you, and so this is the first time you're having to deal with this, but is that system part of what would normally be getting checked during the winter time or early spring to see how the function
we're
is?
supposed to be doing routine maintenance like in the fall. That's our maintenance season. And we had to discover some other issues, like our main return line in the actual lap hole was cracked too. So with it being an older pool with stuff freezing and ground shifting, it creates like cracks. So we're gonna try to next year test, like pressure test earlier in the season before we start up, so we can determine if there's any maintenance. Just we don't plan on anything happening, but then we pressure tested if something shifted in the fall or the winter, and then we got 3 cracks. So
Yeah. Great.
luckily they're all on their own. They're on their own system. So if one section shuts down, we can still run the other
Nice.
attractions too. So
Well, thank you for working through that, because I know it was a lot, so.
yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
so got a lot of happy people, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Happy is always good.
Thank you, Tony. Police Department,
Mayor, council, thanks for having me. We've had 7 vehicles delivered so far. Everybody's very ecstatic about that. So that's exciting. I believe we have a few more scheduled for this week for the patrol division. Supposed to be delivered. We're setting up appointments for striping packages for them on the vehicles side of it. Further dialogue I've had with ICE agents up in Kansas City. Still waiting back for more reporting from them, but they assured me that they would be in contact with me if they're working in this area, but they have no real reason to be thinking they're gonna be working in this area. So haven't had any issues and definitely no voter fraud down in this area.
Really
But-
appreciate you being in communication with them. Thank you.
With that being said, I'm just waiting for more dialogue from
Sure.
them because it's going higher up than just the supervisor there. So.
Yeah.
Speed trailer, you might, if they haven't seen it,
If
tell
you
them.
haven't seen the speed trailer, the new one, run up through up to Cahill. If you're going through the cornfield at 35 like normal people do, it will get your attention to slow down to 25. So, it is a very neat piece of equipment. And we have our old one over off Ridgeview as well. We've got it back in operation mode, so we're gonna continue using it as long as it's working correctly and not, bleeding our budget. So we've had to really deal with it over the years, but, no, that speed trailer is amazing. We do have the signs that we're wanting to put around the school district starting up, mount them to some poles there. We can move them around through the city, that came with that speed trailer, so.
The speed, does it take a picture of the car going too fast?
No.
Does it keep,
It just flashes and says slow down or
okay,
whatever we end up, we can program it to say different things.
does it
Nice.
keep track of the speed,
On the data.
the
like How
data?
many vehicles?
How many are
I'll have
going?
to speak with Lieutenant Gilbert about that. He's been researching and really studying up on how to actually.
It would be nice to know how fast
Operated.
people are going. And could you sneak it over there on Hill Lake Road?
We had our old one on the Hill Lake Road for probably months on end.
A long time ago.
Oh, yeah. we
Yeah, like
did.
3 years
We'll
ago.
get it there. We'll get it there eventually, but I mean, it's for the whole city. You can't.
No, I know it's
put-
not just for my, I realize that, but people are coming in from the county at 45, 50 miles an hour.
It is
They're not
hilly.
slowing down.
It's hard to see on that hilly.
Did it help when the old one was there? Could you
No.
tell? All right.
But it was over, when you had it before, it was over further east.
Okay.
I'm talking about the real deep hills that are just inside of the city limits.
Okay, we'll take a look at it. Any other questions?
It is cool. We talked about flock cameras and that the university was using and whether or not that could track vehicle counts. I think it'd be cool if we could track vehicle counts historically too, just to, on some of these roads that MoDOT doesn't have data on,
Sure.
see how much traffic's actually headed down those
It's got a
roads.
lot of capabilities. I'll have to.
Yeah.
Speak with Lieutenant Gilbert. There was a lot of setup to even work with it, so.
Absolutely.
I have not read the instructional manual, so.
Good. I know we talked about it last time, and it's gonna be quite a while, but can you keep us updated on the electronic tickets? I know it's gonna be a while on it, but
We have them in, I believe, 3 or 4 patrol vehicles. We have not rolled them out yet. We're just starting to roll out the Axon, getting everybody trained with taser. And we did have to use, one of our new tasers the other night, and thank goodness it worked correctly. So we actually put a guy in jail. He broke into an individual's family's home. He was naked and he came at the officers with a frying pan. So,
With a what?
a frying pan, a steel frying pan. But as far as ticket writing, we're getting all the equipment transferred to the new vehicles. On the vehicles we're keeping, we had to order consoles that were in back order, so they're finally coming in and we're getting them installed. But we have got a few of the printers installed. We just have not rolled them out. And we're looking at the whole fleet when we start rolling that stuff out, so.
yeah, and no worries. I know that's an efficiency thing that a lot of the officers are wanting, so I'm excited to see it roll out.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Good.
3 carbon copies and handwriting and officers,
Yeah.
handwriting that's not legible. Mine's not the greatest, so. Any other questions?
Oh, no, but
On the Axon, the body cams, they automatically come on when they step out of the vehicle or
If
they,
the lights are on, the body cams will communicate with the lights as well on the vehicle dash cam. And our old system would do that, but these have a very wide view. But these are also, we just installed into our holsters. It's like a magnetic, when you draw your gun or draw the taser, the body cam automatically comes on, so is dash cam. So,
Okay. Yeah. So there's a dash cam and a body cam that's, okay,
yeah, and it all communicates together.
perfect.
Pretty amazing equipment. The holsters, we did not have that before, as far as the automatic weapons
Yeah.
get drawn out, so. That's a pretty neat
That's
feature.
perfect.
You know, when Chief says it communicates together, if other body cams or dash cams arrive on the scene, you can, when you view all that, they are all synchronized and they add to the video as people arrive.
All vehicles.
Mhm.
Now, from council's perspective, what I have always preached when it comes to cameras don't always catch everything. So just keep an open mind. If we ever have, let's let the facts come out. Cameras don't always catch everything. We're doing everything we can to try to protect the citizens and the officers as far as letting all the facts come out, but cameras do not always catch it. So there's something could be seen out of the officer's
Sure.
eye, clear over here and the camera's over this way. So.
And I'm just curious if any officers have been able to go up and work the FIFA games yet?
We have not yet,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Have you heard back from them? They want you?
So, yes, we got the finance report back, but we had to ship it back and get their signatures, what it's gonna cost them to reimburse us. We're waiting on that signature and then we should be moving forward. So Jody was on top of me on that on Monday and we'd actually just shipped it back that morning, so.
Good for Jody. Thanks.
It's a slow process. So,
Yes.
anything else?
Thank
I
you.
know I should have, would have kept it short.
Oh, it's still.
Okay.
Public Works, Phil.
I'll try and keep mine short as well. Evening, Mayor, and City Council members. Lots of projects going on. Unfortunately, the weather slowed us down. So we're still over on College doing the gutter and curb. After that, they'll move to the sidewalk. The mill and overlay has been pushed back a few weeks due to the rain has slowed them down as well. So once that happens, Main Street, we did get 3 engineering firms sent in. We are going through that to select an engineering firm that we're wanting to use. We'll move forward with that. It's gonna take some time, but we'll get there. The plants are doing well. With the rain, it slowed dirt work down, but reed beds are coming along. The tanks, SBRs are getting pipes and all the equipment put in, so it's moving rather well. Solar panel, we did the inspection with the PD, with community development today, but we're still waiting on the PTO, the permission to operate from Evergy. I'm looking probably next 2 weeks, hopefully.
I think just having shade on those cars is a big help.
It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, it's pretty well all shaded.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
That's great.
especially those new vehicles, it will help keep that paint.
Definitely a dual purpose thing, I think it's a
Yes.
great idea.
Lots of other little things here and there. Any questions?
On your resurfacing.
Hmm?
I drove by Wilkes. Is it Wilkes?
Wilkes
Oh,
Drive.
yeah, Wilkes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, a big patch has been done. So are you doing that patch and then you're gonna do the other side plus the cul-de-sac and the rest of the street? Or are you just doing that patch? I couldn't figure it out.
So what street department is doing is we're going in and we're repairing a lot of the base that is failing in certain areas. Wilkes is a large one that's having issues. So street department's coming in, they're repairing the base where they can, and then we'll come in and we'll mill the whole street and then overlay the whole street. So it's
Okay.
gonna be the whole cul-de-sac street up to get across the road, but it's gonna be Wilkes and
Wilkes north off of North Street and Streck, but I don't know the specifics, but the area that's been dug up would have soft base. That cul-de-sac's got a lot of alligator cracking. the asphalt's breaking up, but that doesn't necessarily mean the base is
Mm.
soft and
Yeah.
needs to be replaced.
Where the street department goes in and they find the base that's just no longer any good, and they'll repair that.
There was something on Facebook, a picture of down where it was dug down to the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We dig down past what. I mean, so we're filling in 8 inches plus sometimes. So,
Okay, I was just wondering if that was it or
it'll be finished, but that's when the mill and overlay crew gets here.
nice and smooth.
Yeah. So right now, we're just preparing it up to where they come in, they'll mill it 2 inches down approximately, and then put the nice asphalt on top. 2 inch
Perfect. Thank you.
I don't need to get into the weeds, but just curious on how the process is going on Main Street. You said you have 3 firms. Did you go to bid on that, or do we just have like a set of emergency
Sent out
vendors?
for Request for qualifications, because it's an engineering firm, so qualifications, they had an amount of time to prepare a packet, they presented the packet. And then we're doing a matrix comparing those 3 companies that we got back. And then after that matrix, then we'll select one and then we'll go to them and then we'll start the whole. This is what we're looking at, propose, design, bid, build type of thing.
So we're going through the full RFQ process for that project.
Then we'll send out, once we get the engineering company on board, we'll go out for RFQ for RFP proposal or bid for a contractor and. But the engineering firm will have a design of this is what we want.
Do we have a like priority or emergency process for, if we just need to get that road repaired? Is there like,
We'll be as fast as we can, but.
yeah, but I mean, just in general, if it needed to be fixed in 2 weeks.
2009.
Mhm.
It was a sinkhole. We went in, we repaired it, emergency, just fixed it. That was less than 20 years ago and it's back. So as Mike says, people are interested in developing that area. Let's go ahead and do the full, figure it out, design it, get it built right.
Yeah, we had a conversation about the length of time that this process would take, but my direction was we need to look at the entire bridge, not have this be a recurring problem. So, and we looked at, we recognize the detour is inconvenient, but there are alternate routes while it's, closed and while it's being designed and rebuilt. Ultimately, then hopefully we've not only repaired the immediate problem, but we've built what we need for future.
Future growth.
So if we had an issue in the future, just anywhere in the city, and we could get a temporary fix in quickly,
Oh, yeah.
but we would go RFQ for a permanent fix if needed.
Right.
There was a proposal for $50,000 to get it fixed, but I took that to Mike and Mike's like, it happened back in 2009. It happened now.
And part of the issue is just erosion and cavitation. So we really don't know what we have there. We'd kind of be taking a shot in the dark.
And I'm not complaining by the process by any means. I just was curious on what the process typically is for a section of
We
road
can
like
have
that.
an
So
emergency if needed, but this is also a point where it does have decent ways around that one area.
Yeah.
And if we can get it repaired, because we have had some developers interested in that area, we can make it to where it's a little more attractive.
Or at least be prepared so we're not going back and spending money to redo what we just got done repairing.
absolutely. Thank you.
As that area is developed, I know that I think it's called Lionsgate. As far as I know, it's not.
Well, that was a proposed area, but.
That was a
I don't know if
proposed
the-
area. I don't think it's ever been recorded. It's not on the GIS.
No.
But that's 18 acres that was proposed to be developed into a housing area. They would be widening the street and putting in the sidewalk, the curbs, and also widening that street.
Yep.
Where there isn't development, then at what point does the city come in and try and make the whole street from Southwest Drive all the way to the bridge and
Mhm.
past the bridge? Because it's not wide enough,
Right.
and if you fall off the side, you're falling off a
Well,
long
that-
way.
Where the And it's a box culvert, it's not a bridge. We don't
Yeah,
want a bridge.
right, good point.
Can I call it?
We
Can
don't
I
want
call it a
we want
bridge?
box culvert. But we're us repairing and, you know, doing the engineering, we're gonna make it acceptable for the wider area. So we're requiring the design from the engineers to make it, you know, meet the criteria where we can widen that road and it'd be basically a 3-lane road through there.
And when you say we, do you mean the city?
Cities
The city in,
asking for that.
in conjunction with any developers that are coming in, because there's not,
Well, the developers would come in later after. This project's just us fixing our box culvert and making it so that it, you know, a developer would come in and say, okay, now I don't have to pay for the box culvert. I just have to pay for my widening of this section.
Yeah, so your question is a good one. Cities struggle with it all the time in terms of the adjoining property having responsibility to improve the road that adjoins them, but you're left with a patchwork and how do you get the rest of the street? So I mean, that would be a policy decision for the city council to take up when the time comes. One approach is to make the improvements, but position yourself to recoup some of those costs, but that presumes future development and certain roads it's already developed out or it just isn't likely to fully develop on all sides of the road. And it's certainly not likely to happen in perfect timing. You
Right.
got to sort all that out.
okay. Thank you.
Warrensburg Convention and Visitors Bureau, Marcy.
Gotta be something.
Really quickly, I'd just like to remind everyone, Friday night, we will have the Summer of Soccer Watch Party at the Warrensburg Community Center. The event opens at 6:30. We're gonna have a fun scrimmage and we have quite a few fun individuals throughout the community that have agreed to participate, and that will be at 7 o'clock at Buford Field. And then we will have food trucks and activities, soccer themed activities throughout. And then the game, the US versus Paraguay, starts at 8 o'clock and we will be streaming that. So we're very excited. It's a free activity for families to come enjoy. So very excited, very grateful for Park and Rec to open up the facility, being such good sports and allowing this to happen. So please come out if you don't have anything going on, and come out and support those businesses that are going to be a part of the food truck, and cheer on those individuals that are willing to get out and play for all they've got for those bragging rights. All right, any questions?
I
Yes,
got
Max.
one thing. I had the opportunity a couple weeks ago to speak with one of our hotel's management staff. And they mentioned that they were seeing international travelers for World Cup coming in.
Which hotel?
That was Quality Inn that I was talking to. So I was curious if you had heard anything else.
We have talked to a few of them, and they are seeing some numbers go up, but they're also telling me that a lot of them are doing it online, and you really don't get any feedback online. We know. But you know, I talked to Fairfield and they're seeing some numbers as well. They're matching the dates of the games and Fan Fest to being to relate back to, you know, coming in for. With us, it's being Saturdays too. So it's kind of like you kind of want to know. So I'm asking them to help us out tremendously. So buttering up our front desk staff a little bit and saying, hey, can you help us out? And when they come by, when they check in, or, you know, that's our opportunity. Those visitor intercept studies that we like to say is saying, hey, what brought you to town? And we've got a little chicken scratch, little marker that they're going to be using to help us get some feedback on that. So yeah, that's good to know. That's great to know.
And then you've also provided a packet for every new guest that comes to the hotels. It's all fun things to do in here.
Well, we don't provide that for every guest. We already go. We always do this. We always go to our hotels and we provide community information. So we have our restaurant guides, we have the maps, we have our Main Street event cards. We do. You're absolutely right. So we have all of our hotels fully stocked until they tell us don't come, don't come. And we also have little red bags that have our activity guide that we partnered with, the Warrensburg Arts Commission, and we have 4 crayons in there. And then we have a word search in there and the old drum story for all the youth. So when a family comes in and they check in, they give that to those families, because you hope those electronic devices, those batteries go down at some point and they have something to do, because in that activity guide, they learn about Warrensburg and they take that home. And so you wanna, while they're going around Warrensburg, they're seeing their friends and family, they drive by the old drum statue, they can say, hey, that's in that word search, or hey, that's the old drum story I did, you know. So we want them to learn and have fun. But yes, we have that. We have our hotels fully stocked. We are going out. We go out once a week, but we'll be going out twice a week for these next 6 weeks. And then we will have the activity guides there fully stocked with all of them. So yes, and any groups, when you mentioned the bags, any groups that come in, we just had a request last week for a district event that's happening March of 27, and they want to make sure they get their bags. So we've got them on the list. So yes, we will make sure they are fully stocked and they all have our contact information. So if they're running low, and we did add a little box outside the visitor center that has our visitor guide. And we're very excited because that was fully stocked over the weekend, and it was come Sunday afternoon when I came in, it was empty. So from Friday night to Sunday, it was empty. So we're very excited about that. So just another opportunity for us to provide that information. And none of them was on the sidewalk or the street. We have our QR code, because I was checking for that too, so on there as well. So just another way that we can get that information out to them.
Perfect. Thank you,
Thank
Marcy.
you. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Great. Thank you all. We're adjourned.